Taming the Mace is next, and Taming the Mace is against another one of those wild overhead looping punches, kind of just a messy hooking punch that comes from the top. So what we're going to do is we're going to work around an obstacle in this concept, and the obstacle would be I'm up against something. This could be a car behind me, I'm in a parking lot, it could be a wall, but we're going to utilize that. And we're going to have to deal with it as well, because I don't really have the room to move away and retreat, so I have choices of either really going to the left or the right, unless I'm Spider-Man and I can jump over the guy. That's not the case. So with this one, as the attack comes in, my left leg steps off the line. I'm going to use an inward parry following the shape of that attack. I'm also going to go ahead and drop my body's height here, kind of bobbing and weaving, just in case that tends to kind of, that punch kind of turns on me and I need to go underneath it. So I use that inward parry, and I'm going to take my right hand as I'm kind of dropping down into a closed kneel stance, even really giving that right hip some torque, and hammer striking the bicep. I'm going to rebound off the bicep, chopping into the neck. Now I'm going to do a back to front switch, grabbing a hold of the shoulder, grabbing a hold of the arm, controlling and anchoring, pulling them in tight, fusing them to my body. That back to front switch takes place with my right leg meeting the left leg, and the left leg going back behind, pivoting around and slamming the opponent back up against the wall or obstacle behind me. Now from that position, I have this bracing angle with my right forearm. I'm going to go ahead and fire a right knee to the groin, and as I'm pulling that leg back, I'm going to use that opposing force and pound them with that roundhouse elbow strike. Now my finish to this, and at least at this dojo, is I take my left doing a front to back switch, left foot meets the right foot, checking with the left hand and stepping back in using an inverted heel palm to the solar plexus. Bam! Cross out, step back, on guard. Cool little frosting on the cake at the end there. So, sir, let's give this a try. So as he comes in, I step off the line and I parry, shaping that punch. I want to change the height, so just in case that punch changed its orbit, I'd have the ability to come up and around it. Got it? So from that position, I go bam, and I hit the bicep with that hammer strike, and I really settle into this stance, rebounding and shooting into the neck for another fabric softener. Grab a hold of the shoulder, take control of the arm, and hug him in here as I step forward with the right leg, doing that back to front switch, stepping around, slamming him into the wall. Taking advantage of that nice bracing angle of a forward bow, I release the knee, boom to the groin, and land back in with the elbow shot to the face. Keeping my left hand checking, I do a front to back switch, left foot meets the right foot, stepping back in, boom, using the base behind him to strike him with a nice solid chest breaker, heel palm to the solar plexus, cycloid process, cross out, step back, on guard. Okay, let's take a look at that once at speed. Okay, he comes in, pop, step in, slam him, hit, strike, and back. Cross out on guard. All right, so that would be Taming the Mace.